Hi, welcome back to the Final Bros podcast. Do I look like your girlfriend? I'm Dorcas Whore.
And I'm not a doll, but I do own a lot of them. Doll thighs.
And on today's episode, we're talking about Season 6, Episode 2 of the Boule Brothers Dragula. Ooh. Just for clarification, I am a drag queen today, and that is different. I do look cunty.
I love that you felt the need to clarify. I mean, I guess if you're listening, you're not watching the podcast, you wouldn't know
Everybody
this. You might not even
watches it,
know that Dorcas gets into drag every single time we record this if you're listening on Spotify with no video. So that's fun.
I'm also supposed to be Maria from Silent Hill 2 because the Silent Hill 2 remake just came out. So
yeah,
that's why I look like this. Don't get used to it.
Well, I mean, give them what they want and then take it away. That's what they say, right? Is that how show business works? Okay, so today's episode, we're going to be talking about episode 2 of the Boule Brothers Dragula. It was the doll episode with Jennifer Tilly and that guy that made Chucky.
The the star of Chucky and the guy that makes Chucky, I guess. What's his name? I didn't look it up, but he's there.
Remember.
I don't remember any of his criticisms from this episode either. Did he actually judge anything?
Barely spoke.
Jennifer Tilly said a lot.
Tilly, she could not stop talking. It was great. I think we still got a Jennifer Tilly critique on every single person.
Well, like I was worried that Jennifer Tilly would be like a lot of celebrity guest judges that they get. They just show up and they're just like, I'm just having a great time. I don't really know. Everybody looks great. But no, Jennifer Tilly's like, I have some critique. I do think you're amazing, though. And I'm also going to hug somebody who's crying. It was everything.
Yeah, I mean, she's a horror icon. I kind of expected her to really provide some critiques. Like, I mean, when you think about people that have been in the horror industry, well... But if you think about people who've been in the horror industry for like decades, like she is one that comes to mind. Iconic. So she's also, by the way, one of the only like iconic female slashers in the history of horror.
Yeah.
There are very few.
Tiffany Valentine is so iconic.
Yeah, she's like one of the only ones. So the idea of the episode was they were supposed to make dolls. Did something happen? There was a mini game.
Well, okay, when they first came in to the boudoir, the long table room, as some people call it.
The what?
The long table room. Okay, well, I'm going to be referencing a different recap channel called IMHO, in my homosexual opinion. Hi, Darby. Anyways, the old Dragula room used to be like a really long table. It was like just like a really long like picnic table backstage before it became the boudoir. And so they call it the long table room. And I always think that's really funny. Retreat. So we're going to steal that from them. And what are they going to do about it? Nothing.
What if they sued you?
To get what? To get what? What money?
Starting strong with some defamation. Love it.
But I meant what money from me? Like, what are they going to get? There's nothing here. I spent my last remaining money on this wig, and it's terrible. Well, but anyways, they come into the boudoir and they're waiting for whoever's coming back from extermination. And they're, of course, Scylla's talking shit again. Thank God, because otherwise nobody would have anything to talk about right now. And they also noticed that there's some like, not Barbies, but labeled Barbie.
It literally said Barbie on them. I was gagged. As a doll collector,
it's like,
you don't understand how much Mattel loves to sue people. Mattel will sue you for anything. They like Mattel and MGA are like the two biggest doll companies.
They might be suing us right now.
They probably are. Like, they sue the shit out of each other. These doll companies love to sue each other. So the fact that they've got those like custom like Boule Brothers dolls that were probably some kind of like
cute,
made to
though.
Barbie.
I would buy those if they were available.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no way. Those were the custom made by.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if they were like available now, I'd be like, okay.
I would buy them. Yeah, I mean, if the Boules, I mean, RuPaul recently did a Monster High doll. I'm surprised the Boules. Yeah, I'm surprised the Boules haven't tried to get into that world of the doll world.
It's kind of
also
shocking
Mattel.
that they haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you think they would
they're
do
not
a
as
big
of
boule
a-
and a little boule? Would one be like a foot short, like a head shorter?
I mean, they do have the body types. Mattel does. But yeah, no, I think they're just not famous enough. Sorry, that's not a read. It's just Mattel's more focused on like Stevie Nicks and shit. I don't know that they would be so aware of what the Boule Brothers are doing. Anyway, category is dolls. But first, where did they go? Like mini golfing? What did they do?
No, so
what did they do first?
Well, first they had their drama where they're talking about like everybody's kind of shit talking Stella a little bit because she skated by with the immunity scroll, and she's still talking so much shit about Aurora. And people are like, you seem to have a lot of problems with Aurora, and it seems like it goes further than just you don't think her drag belongs here. Do you even like her besides her drag? And Stella's just like, Anyways,
literally.
Aurora comes back from extermination, and that pisses Scylla off even more, thank God. And we found out they flew them out to fucking Hawaii to do the extermination.
Insane.
They just did a round trip real quick, boom, boom, day. Like, how long was it between the episodes? Okay. Did they fly them out?
Not to harp on last episode, but I will say, because somebody came from me in the comments about my qualifications to judge the Boule Brothers, this is proof right here. They're flying these bitches to Hawaii to do one stupid little challenge. They have the money to get better dresses. I'm sorry.
Did they fly them out to Hawaii and they were like, you can't take your face off until we fly you to Hawaii, get you in the water?
Yeah.
Did they have to repaint their face like they did? Like, how was that? Like, logistically, how did this work? 'Cause they were in their makeup to do the shark diving.
I think they went right to the airport. I'm guessing they flew them fucking economy. Like, there's no way they're getting on like first class flights, right? I mean, maybe they did. Who knows?
Did Boules have a private jet?
Could you imagine flying around on Epstein's jet with Donald Trump?
But somehow that happened. I don't know. I don't know how many days it's been. I don't know.
I mean, well, okay, they're in LA, right? What's the flight from LA to Hawaii? It can't be that long, right?
Do you think I've ever been to LA? Do you think I've ever flown to Hawaii? I don't fucking know.
I mean, I think they're like, it can't be. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, Hawaii is kind of out in the middle.
It's like out in the Pacific.
I live on the East Coast. I assume everything on the West Coast is really close to each other, but I know that's probably not true. There.
But anyways, they get their video message, and it's dolls. It's the doll episode where you make yourself look like a doll.
And then they played softball? What did they do?
They played dodgeball. You went through every sport except for dodgeball. Cynthia Doll is there to play referee for them to play dodgeball against each other for their fright feat. Why is this a fright feat? I don't know. Maybe it's just trauma from elementary school that they're trying to prey on. But Cynthia Doll is there screaming at everybody in a megaphone. Cynthia Doll does not need a megaphone to be heard in a group.
No.
She does not.
It's like they spent all their budget on that Hawaii flight so they couldn't get some like cow brains for them to eat or something.
They did have jerseys. They had Boule Brothers jerseys.
Yeah, I guess there's something. It was such a fever dream.
It was such a weird choice.
Like, why are we playing dodgeball?
Most of them can't throw or catch.
No.
So they had to do a lot of fancy camera work to make it look interesting because otherwise...
Lots of slow motion.
Lots of slow motion.
It was interesting.
Could you imagine being in like a dark room playing dodgeball against other drag artists while Cynthia Doll is screaming at you through a megaphone?
I'm going to be completely honest. Like, drag stuff aside, I don't think I could act normal in a room with Israel.
Oh,
I
true.
just don't think, like, I would never be focused enough to not be distracted by the fact that he's standing right there.
Yeah.
Like so yeah, I don't even think Cynthia Doll is not even gonna, like, she cannot distract me from the fact that I would be in the same room as Israel.
So sorry, I caught the wrong balls.
Please.
My mistake.
Yeah, so they do this ridiculously long mini challenge that's
Crazy.
Not interesting. It goes on way too long. And who even won?
Jaharia.
Who?
Jaharia.
Jaharia. Right. Okay. Right. Jaharia. Yeah.
Because
okay.
you win the curse of the doll part, broken doll arm part.
Right. Which lets them curse whoever they want. And Jaharia chose anti-heroine.
Anti-heroine. Where like the shtick is you have to get ready for the floor show with only one arm. Because the other one's tied behind your back. And so Jaharia wins. Woo. Dodgeball queen. And decides to curse anti-heroine. Which doesn't really seem to matter in the end. I don't even know if she actually has to keep it on the entire time. Because she turned out fine. It's just like in the previous seasons where like you have to get ready in a porta potty, but then they end up fine anyway.
Cynthia Doll had to get ready in a porta potty. That was disgusting. Like,
but I also doubt that they kept Cynthia Doll in a porta potty for like 5 hours.
Comment below, Cynthia Doll. How long were you in that porta potty?
Are you there?
We want to know. Cynthia, are you there?
New Twitter mutual Asia consent. Are you there? Did they untie?
I mean, I guess if you think about it, they wouldn't have had to let her out to go to the bathroom because, like,
okay, she's already in there. Yeah.
So,
however, if my arm is tied behind my back and I have to be like, I need to pee, Israel, can you give me a hand?
Yeah.
There you go.
But it's not really a curse after all.
Yeah, it's actually turning out quite good for anti-heroine. I do remember, I don't know what this was in reference to exactly. I think Desiree was just talking about her doll look, but Desiree did say when she was 6 months old.
I remember that.
I remember we just laughed about that for like
when she was 6 months years old.
6 months years old.
What the fuck does that mean? Was she 6? She must have been 6 years old. Must have been 6 years. You can't remember shit when you're 6 months old, unless she meant I was 6 years and 6 months old, which is weirdly specific to tell somebody. As an adult, that you're like 6.5 years old, or you were when something happened. I don't even remember what happened when she was 6 months old.
She went to Peru
to
live.
Is that all that was about?
Because her doll look was a Peruvian doll inspired look. So she was telling a story about some sort of custody thing. She had to go live with someone else in Peru.
Wait, who told this story?
Desiree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So anyway, that's Desiree's look, is something inspired when she was 6 months old. And Scylla is promising us a soft, glamorous Priscilla. Because her iconic doll look that she's going to do is a beauty pageant doll. Mm-hmm. I'm going to insert pictures of beauty pageant dolls. There's no pictures. They don't exist. I've never heard of this, and I thought maybe this is something I don't know about. And I turned to my doll expert friend, and you say...
It's not really a thing. Like, there's not, I mean, like, there's not like it's not a famous category of dolls. I'm sure if you look up like a beauty pageant doll, there's probably something there. But the reality is, like, if you're going to do fashion dolls, there's like really iconic categories: sleepover parties, beach, like Malibu beach stuff, like, rock band. Like, these are like if you look at any major doll line, like Barbie, Rainbow High, Bratz, like they all have these sort of dolls. So it's weird to me, like, why wouldn't you do like slumber party dolls?
Like, even if you're doing fashion dolls, like there's so many different types of real dolls just do history.
like a scary Barbie or something. Like, I don't know, like I feel like
I just don't,
for me,
I just don't understand the concept.
When I got this brief and I saw that the Barbies were on the fucking table looking like the Boule Brothers, to me, it was the Boule Brothers saying, we want you to do cunty fashion doll inspired.
I think
looks,
that was like the idea.
Horror.
Yeah.
Right. So it's weird to me that like literally nobody did that. It wasn't even like only one person. It was like not a single person did like a cunty looking Barbie style look. Like I was expecting, like, you know how Sigourney Beaver always looked kind of like a cunty, like scary Barbie doll? Yeah. That's kind of what I was expecting. We were going to get some like glamour out of this challenge.
I was expecting at least some like Monster High.
Yeah, Monster High. Oh my god, obvious
like right
choice.
Up your alley. Just like do an actual like gory Monster High doll. Like what if Monster High actually was like scary?
Literally. And also at one point, somebody literally said to somebody on that stage,
you look like a Monster High doll. And I was like, bitch, where?
Yeah, what fucking... I have a lot of Monster High dolls. I can tell you, I've never seen one that looked like anything that was on that stage tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, also, Pi pulls Asia aside to apologize.
Oh, yeah.
And this becomes important later.
Right.
Because Pi really wants to apologize to Asia for flip-flopping on their opinion of Asia's look for the previous episode. And Asia kind of had this little like emotional moment saying like, it's hard for me to trust people because people have, you know, broken my trust so many times.
She just got cheated on.
And she got cheated on in a major like long-term relationship. And so like,
yeah, and it sounds like it just happened like before she got here.
Yeah.
So she's clearly emotional.
Cheating on someone like, can we just say, cheating on somebody like Asia Consent, like gorgeous, funny, charming, talented.
I know, insane.
Like, why? Why would you want to? Anyways. But also tries to float the idea of making an alliance with Asia. Like Pi sees that Asia's like top 3 material and wants in on that.
Yeah.
And Asia does not really agree to it. It's like,
no, and it's a pretty obviously strategic. It's like Asia just won the first challenge and she's being seen as a front runner already because she's been preparing for this for years, whereas clearly some of them just kind of took this as like a random gig that they decided to do. Not going to name any names, but well, maybe we will later.
Some of them seem passionate, but misguided.
But some of them, it's like, you know, you just take a gig sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we also find out that somebody, we don't know who, is trying to get Aurora disqualified from the competition.
Right. Which is an insane
Who
subplot.
would possibly be trying to do that? We don't know. It's impossible to tell.
This is crazy because they're being filmed while they have this conversation.
Yeah.
Like the producers and the cameraman are standing right next to them, having a conversation about how somebody is like duplicitously trying to get her disqualified. Like, I guess by lying? Like, I don't understand. Like, the idea was that they were going to make it sound like she broke her NDA, but it's like, here's the thing. And like, anyone who knows a drag performer or even knows a drag performer who knows a drag performer who has been in a show like this knows that they all tell each other shit. Like people know who's going to be on these Drag Race seasons. Like, sometimes like well in advance, like long before it's even announced, because it's like it's just like it's like an open secret sometimes. So it's wild to me. It's like, what are they going to
suddenly
pull up,
a drag artist is like commissioning thousands of dollars worth of looks from designers, and they're like, I'm going to go to rehab for a while with all my new looks.
Yeah, it's like, it's really, like, if you look hard enough, you can figure out who's going to be on these shows. It's just like sometimes with Drag Race, like, or sorry, not Drag Race, with Dragula, like some of the artists are just, they're so obscure that you wouldn't be looking for them to come. You know, it's not like Drag Race where there's people like hyper focused on all these random drag artists around the world.
Well, I will say there is a dedicated like Dragula fan base that does very similar investigations on the contestants and potential contestants.
Do they usually predict them? Because I know with Drag Race,
they do predictions. I don't think it's as much as Drag Race because
not as hyped up,
those people are crazy. Yeah, anyways,
I know, I can't
if somebody's trying to get Aurora disqualified, we have no idea who could possibly be trying to gun for Aurora to not be in this competition. It's a mystery. We'll never know.
Wait till we start talking about Drag Race episodes because people are going to try to kill us.
Can't wait.
We'll be put on a fucking hit list.
They can try.
I'm going to say this right here, right now, embedded in this Dragula episode. Queen Kong did nothing wrong. Sorry about it. Fight me.
We'll get
King
into
Kong
that when
is
we
doing
cover
nothing
that
wrong.
in 2 years or 5. I don't know.
In 2 years. Yeah,
We'll
when
see
we're
when
really
we get around
fucking
to it.
desperate for content and we have to watch one of the worst
Like,
seasons
okay,
of
we gotta
Drag
get
Race
to
I've
one of
ever watched in my life.
the stuff that's really been thrown to the bottom of the bin.
Yeah, that's a rough season of Drag Race. Anyways,
so they're also gonna have to lip sync in their doll looks to Slater's
Right.
I Love Hollywood for the doll look, because that makes sense. And Jennifer Tilly's gonna be here.
Yay! We love
Jennifer Tilly.
I have to say,
I kind of feel like I look a little
Tilly,
bit like Jennifer Tilly.
I'm sure this was filmed. This was filmed long before she would have known this, but rip to Chucky the TV show that just got canceled. She was so upset about it. Like I could tell from Twitter, she was posting very emotional.
Yeah, she's been really passionate about that show.
It's a decent show. I mean, it's not like incredible, but for a horror show about Chucky, shockingly good. Anyway, back to the program.
So yeah, Jennifer Tilly's here, the creator of Chucky's here, and the Boulets show off their new look for the episode, and it's interesting. It's definitely better than the first episode.
I don't have it pulled up here. Let me see.
Well, I'm going to describe it.
Okay.
It's 2 dresses, and they're covered in tubes of stuffed fabric going up the boobies. Some of them look a little messy in the boobies on the big boulet, but they all go all down, and then they fan out in these like little fingers of tubes in the bottom. It actually looks really cool. Like, it's really intricate. I liked this look.
Yeah. Same. I liked it a lot too, actually. It's I will say I don't know. It's like you said, like, so little Boule, her dress looks great.
Yeah.
Big Boule, it looks like
there's something going
happened.
On up here where like
it
the
got
tips
crushed
of the tubes are like bunched together.
Yeah. It's not horribly noticeable. It's just it's really juxtaposed against little Boule's boobies, which are like perfectly
like splayed out. Yeah.
So I don't know what happened there, but it's like, otherwise it's a really cool outfit.
I think they're really neat, especially for a doll look, because you're thinking like plush stuff, all that kind of stuff, and you have like, I think it's neat. And the hair looks amazing. I love this hair.
Yeah, great hair. 100%.
Looks
yeah,
great.
and I will say, like, from a construction perspective, fucking nightmare to make those dresses.
That's what I was saying. Like the amount of work.
The amount of time it would take just to make all
those little tubes
like,
of fabric,
plush things, and the way they're laid out on the dress is really well done. Because it's like when you're covering your body in plush, it's really easy to like add a lot of weight.
Yeah, get really thick
to do
in the wrong areas.
Yeah, so they did an incredible job of like shaping it, and it looks really nice. It's really well laid out, and also just cool. I don't think I've ever really seen a dress like this.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is definitely a very unique look. Like, I haven't seen a dress like this before.
I wonder who is making
who's making this
season. Are they all being made by the same person? Because they have a similar kind of vibe as the ones that they were in before, but it just looks
like
better
everything they wear generally has like the similar vibe. So I imagine they have like a couple designers just like on call or whatever it's called, on retainer.
Yeah, they probably have. I mean, I know a lot of people at their level tend to have like one person they really like. Like, I know there's like one designer that makes like all of Trixie Mattel's outfits. Like,
do you think they just keep someone in their basement?
I mean, that's kind of what happens. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I've worked with performers who were kind of at that level in their career. And it was like, you kind of had to get like, even if I was designing an outfit for them, I had to get this one specific person to make it, or else the actor would be very unhappy. So like, I've experienced that before, where it's like, they only trust certain people to make them look good, even if they are having to wear something designed by somebody else.
So anyways.
So yeah. Anyway,
they look great. Love them. But I'm gonna give them both a slay.
Yeah, slay. This is actually
super
really
slay.
Good.
Super cute. Love them. And the floor show begins. The floor show was like pretty rapid fire because then they get into the lip syncing.
Right.
But everybody has their looks, and first down is Pie. Pie comes out as this sort of like, it's like it almost looks like a gingerbread man, but it has like this giant needle and thread, and it's like its arms and everything have this huge stitching, and it just looks like a rag doll that was made at home. It's really cute, I think.
I like it. I think it's a cool idea. It's very campy, but also it's covered in blood. I will say it's the second time we've seen Pi do an outfit where it's like there's a big monster mascot head and then their face is like in the mouth of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just a coincidence or if this is like their style. It's just kind of a weird thing that they've done twice in a row.
Yeah,
now,
my
so
biggest critique was it did read as like a mascot costume because once again, the outfit itself has its own face and your face is just sticking out of the mouth of the creature. You're not actually the doll. You're unless there's supposed to be a tiny little person inside of this rag doll. I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of wish that I couldn't see their face at all.
Yeah.
And maybe there was like a reveal, like a removal of the head. I don't know. I think this could have been I like the idea of it and I do like the execution. I just think like, I don't know. For me, I like when drag is like really like.
I like when the
and,
face is the actual feature and not like a giant mascot head.
Well, I also wish it was like kind of like cinched and I don't know, just like a little bit more like draggy. Like it's just not very like it's very much like I'm a monster in a haunted house more than it's like rhinestone.
It's just a costume.
Drag. Yeah, and that's fine. It's a style thing. I just personally would have dragged it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a sleigh.
Yeah, it's a sleigh. I think it's good. It's well made. Coming up next is Majesty coming out as like a little crocheted rag doll. And I thought this was actually kind of surprising because it's like a masked look and it has like, I think it's creepy and I think it's cool. It's definitely different.
It's definitely giving doll-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about it where I'm like, I get this idea of a doll, but also it's just not. It's not quite there. Like I feel like I need something more doll-like about it.
It's like it's giving me some Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
Like I see the doll.
I feel like some of these are really a stretch to get to doll, in my opinion. Like it's okay. It's a knitted outfit. It's creepy, but it's like she could be a doll or she could be like a weird like hillbilly girl in a sunflower field. Like it's not definitively like that's a doll to me.
I thought it was okay. I think it's a safe sleigh for me. Like it's
same. Yeah, I think
it fits the category enough, and it isn't a mess.
What was her floor show like? They really liked her floor show. I can't remember what.
I don't remember.
She did. It was just a lip sync. So
I don't remember how anybody lip synced to the song, other than Jaharia was like literally like Jaharia was like jumping all around and splitting and stuff.
The problem with the Boule Brothers' lip syncs is that they only show little glimpses because like we got like 7 people
as an audience member. You just have
they
to
show a
trust
couple
them.
Seconds, and they usually show like the highlights. Like they show the best parts. So we don't know. Like they could be wandering around up there doing nothing for like 5 minutes. Like we have no real concept of like how well or how badly they did as far as like the whole performance.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, it's a safe sleigh for me.
Yeah,
too.
safe sleigh. That's fine. Coming up next is Jaharia.
Yeah.
In this purple green look. This was an okay look. Like if you were at the club.
Really?
I'm saying if you were performing at the club, I'd be like, this is fine.
I would be like, what the fuck are you wearing?
I hate this as a doll look. I don't think it looks anything like a doll. In fact, somebody says, you look like a video game character. I was like, but is that a doll?
What? But also, what video game? Like, what? I don't
They
even...
specifically said like it's a fighting
outfit,
game character that all the gays want to play.
I literally cannot tell you what is happening on her body. It's like full body purple leggings and then like a purple shirt. And then she's got like a
green like fishnet mesh thing with also this like pocket bra with pockets on the outside with like a PVC green skirt with a purple ribbon tied around the waist. And there's like a half a pair of scissors as a knife.
Yeah, and like a giant like piece of a pair of scissors, like a super out of scale, even if she was a doll. It's like I literally Like,
It's
here's a
really
fashion
small
doll. Here's a pair of scissors. Like, what the fuck?
It's a Polly
like,
Pocket.
Yeah, like I'm so confused. Like, she kind of looks like she might be more of like almost like an anime character type of thing.
It loses
with the
me.
big oversized sword kind of situation, but I'm really just like, overall, I'm just like, what am I looking like? What was the concept for this?
I don't get it. There's nothing doll-like about it.
Dolls, like, I'd love to see. Like, please show me your reference image for like what doll this is. I'm just so confused. Like, if somebody can show me a doll that looks like this, I'll be like, okay, got it. But did we talk to them about it? Did we get an explanation of what the idea was?
I don't think so. I hate it.
It's insane. When I saw this, I was like, clearly she's in the bottom. But I think she gave a really good lip sync performance.
Oh yeah, she was turning it out to the lip sync, so
she actually ended up in the top because I think the lip sync.
Yeah, it was for she did the
best
best performance overall.
Right. So,
but I give it an A. This doesn't look like a fucking doll.
Hard nay.
What the fuck is going on?
Like, I feel like it was like a cosplay for some sort of obscure anime character that I didn't know the reference to.
I have no clue.
Or something.
All I know is
I don't know.
It doesn't look like a doll to me.
It's insane. But anyways, good job on the performance, I guess.
Yeah, you did great.
Saw, like, seconds of it.
And you're still in the show, so like, congratulations. You'll be here next week. Speaking of, next we have Scylla. And she's a beauty queen doll. I will say, her outfit's much better than last week. I don't know what about this is soft and glamorous, but I will say, if they were doing a beauty pageant challenge, this would not be bad.
Yeah.
This would be cute. I would probably be rooting for it and being like, look, Scylla did it.
They literally said she looks like Honey Boo Boo meets John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's literally, that's what I'm looking at is it's like, this is a like Toddlers and Tiaras pageant.
Yeah. But like, it's not doll.
What does that have to do with dolls?
It's
like,
not doll.
What? It's so confusing.
It's so confusing. It's like, I don't, it's almost like this is a look that Scylla's made before. And goes, okay, we're doing doll. I can bring my John Benet Ramsey Toddlers and Tiaras look, and that'll work. And that'll gag everyone.
Right.
But like, there's nothing doll-like about it. I guess maybe the big button and poofy skirt is the most doll-like thing about it, but
I mean,
like, there's no ball joints on the arms or anything. It's just
I desperately search my room to find a doll. You know what it's kind of giving?
Because it's
like,
not a fashion doll. It would be like a baby doll.
I know, it's kind of giving like these kinds of like these are
my God, you're doing all these visual references on our podcast.
I know, look at me doing so many visuals. Oh my God, what are these called? Pull-up dolls. It kind of is, it's giving like the pull-up doll kind of vibe, but like the quality is not, like, this doll is giving more quality in the outfit.
I mean, that doll probably costs more than Scylla's outfit.
I mean, this doll was expensive.
Yeah.
I think these are like $200 a piece or something, honestly. I can't remember. I only have like 2 of them.
But yeah, it's like, this isn't the worst look of it makes me feel bad to be like, this is shit, because like, this isn't the worst look I've ever seen. This if for a different category, this would probably I'd probably be like, wow, Scylla slayed it. But for a doll look,
no, it's
bad.
Yeah, it's
a
confusing.
nay.
And it sounds like her performance wasn't the greatest in the actual challenge. So yeah, nay.
Sorry. Sorry. But coming up next is Vivi. Vivi as
Vivi the Force.
One of our first clowns of the night.
Okay, so again, we have a pair of scissors. What the fuck is with the scissors? Like, who thinks scissors? Like, oh,
I don't know.
Dolls? Scissors? Like, what is the connection? I'm like trying to understand what is the through line? Like, what
you would
were
think
they given?
Giant.
It feels like they were all given like a different assignment And then they changed it at the last minute, and they were like, "Oh well, this is just gonna be a doll now."
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's like evil clown doll is not where I would immediately go to for a doll look.
No.
But half the cast decided to go there.
You know what? It feels like, I bet you're right. I bet like a lot of them kind of just like, they just didn't want to spend a ton of money on each individual look. So they were just like, I'm going to pull something from my closet.
Yeah, like I have this clown look. I can do a clown doll.
Yeah, like that's literally what it feels like. Because it's like, there are clown dolls. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've seen many clown dolls. I don't like them. I don't have any. But I just feel like it's not, when somebody says doll, to instantly go to clown.
Well, I think
for like
part of the thing is, my theory is everyone was like, everybody was like, I don't want to do the obvious thing. Everybody's going to want to do Barbie. Everybody's going to want to do Bratz dolls. So I'm going to do something out there, a different type thing that nobody's thinking of. And then everybody landed on clown. Right.
Which I'm just like, but they quite literally had Barbie dolls on the table when they walked in. Like, I feel like this assignment was not, it wasn't like rocket science. It was just do a doll look.
Overthought.
So yeah, she looks like a clown. It's good. It's a good scary clown. I'm not mad about it. Like, the outfit looks nice.
That's just the thing. It's not
I'm
awful.
Freaking out here.
It's not like not a bad look. It's just
no. I like her hair. I like that she went for a sort of sculptural like clown hair situation.
Yeah.
Makeup's really scary.
I definitely like it more than the pinhead last week.
Oh, for sure, yeah. This looks like a look that she's done before, I'm assuming. Like, if she jumped out at a fucking, in the middle of the night at me in a dark alley, I would be startled, for sure.
I'd probably give like creepy. Ooh.
Ooh.
I give it a slay. I mean, this is, I feel like I'm going to have clown fatigue by the end of the episode, but
I already do.
I'll give it a slay. For me. It didn't like blow my socks off, but like there's layers to this costume. It's weathered.
If the category was clown, it would be one of my favorite looks.
Same, yeah. If it was supposed to be clown, great. At least
moving on.
Somebody did something. Like, okay, so next we have Aurora. Aurora Gosmic comes out and is this like cunty little sexy hot pink and blue doll.
Yeah.
And I will say this, it's not my favorite look, but it stands out in the crowd of clowns.
It does, and it's also, she's the only one who really kind of went more high concept with it.
Yeah.
Because, of course, Doll in the queer world is a transgender woman who does drag, right? Right? Am I saying that? That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if the drag part was necessary.
I don't think so. I think just all trans women can be called dolls.
Okay. Yeah, so like I feel like that was kind of the part that made sense as like a concept.
Yeah.
And she's the only one who kind of
who took it to like a glam place too, of some sort.
Yeah.
And so
no. I will say what the Boule Brothers did a read her on was just like the bodysuit just wasn't very.
It wasn't like
well fitted,
perfectly fitted.
Yeah,
but
it's just
like her bodysuit. I'm willing to cut a little slack here, and
yeah,
I do like this look. It at least goes somewhere different other than just clown. I mean, there's so many clowns.
Yeah. And I will say her body looks good. Like it's proportioned well within the bodysuit and everything. So like
it's bright colors. It
doesn't stand out to me as like.
It's a full mask look too, and the mask has like giant cat eye makeup sewn into it. It's a textured like crocheted material, so it very much is giving this is some sort of like hot sexy doll come to life.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
I think it's nice. That's another thing, we didn't see anyone do like blatant like sex doll. That would have been another category.
Yeah,
which,
nobody
like, usually
did like
they
a
go
blow up
really
doll. Nobody.
Right.
Like,
They usually
so
go
many
really
things.
like gross sometimes with the sex references. So I'm kind of shocked nobody went there.
Yeah, honestly.
Because like I would have been a blow up doll just shooting jizz out of my mouth. That would have been great. Why didn't we even do that?
I don't know, but Aurora took a shot with this look and took a shot of hormones, and I think this looks a slay.
Yeah,
I think it's nice. It's not perfect, but I think it's
incredibly well executed.
different.
But it gets the message across, and it's one of the most doll-like things we see tonight. So slay.
And just when you thought we were safe, there's another clown coming out on the stage. It's Gray Matter. And
now I will say though, despite it being another clown, to me, as a doll collector who has been to many thrift stores and seen many of the most
like an actual scary clown doll.
Correct. This is what they look like. They have these fucking ruffly, shiny, shitty little outfits.
Tons of ruffles.
The proportions of the legs are perfect. They usually have this like scary, like jaunty little clown legs. This is correct. This is
100% correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does look a little similar to the intro look, but it is correct.
I do think that this is something that's very much within Grey Matter's like wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of their style. So
I think they might be a little comfortable with this one.
Yeah, but I will say it's the best clown look of the night, I think. Like it's like
out of the clowns,
what other people were going for.
Yeah, out of the clowns, this is the best scary clown doll.
Yeah, and the craftsmanship of the outfit is very well done.
Oh, and there's a mask too that looks like incredible. It's a very, very, very professionally done look.
Somebody clocked them for not wearing heels. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Jennifer Tilly.
I think it was Jennifer Tilly who was like, you could wear a little bit of a heel there.
I kind of agree. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get that. Like, heels are uncomfortable. They're bad for your feet. Whatever. But like, the easiest way to make any outfit look cuntier is put a heel on.
I just think everybody should wear heels.
I agree.
Why aren't you wearing heels?
I'm barely wearing pants right now. Got like my fly unzipped and everything.
Grey Matter gets a sleigh from me.
Yeah, this is definitely a sleigh. I would say this was definitely one of my favorite looks of the night, actually.
Yeah, it was a top. It was definitely a top.
Yeah.
And then coming out onto the stage next is Yuri. And Yuri is a marionette, which I thought was an interesting concept. It was definitely, I mean, it's another clown. It's another clown.
I think it's very, like, it's fine. It's like, it's fine. It looks fine. It's not something I'm going to find very memorable. It's not something that is like horrible to look at. I think personally, if I was going to go with a marionette, I would have rigged up the actual marionette strings better, and I would have thought more about the movement of the character. I feel like they had an idea of what they were doing movement-wise, but like they weren't really moving like a marionette. Like marionettes have very stunted movement, and she could have definitely rigged up the strings with like a spring-loaded kind of pulley, so they actually kind of pull up and down as she moves her arms, which also would have helped her a lot with the movement. Like there's certain things that could have definitely been executed better with the concept. But she was the only one who went marionette, which is a type of doll, I guess. I mean,
yeah. Oh, I mean, like the show started with Boule's marionettes as dolls, so it's like it's definitely an approved doll category.
They were not marionettes. They were
what?
They were like ventriloquist dummies.
Were they?
No, they did a marionette thing in a previous season. I think that's what you're thinking of. They were ventriloquist dummies.
Like, I thought they were marionettes at the beginning.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they were just ventriloquist dummies.
Anyways,
which is another type of doll that somebody could have gone with. I don't think anyone did anything like that.
But I think it was good. I think the once again, it's a thing of I will take a not so great outfit but has a good concept over like really good outfit but no concept any day.
Same.
And
I also think that sorry, go ahead.
So I'm definitely willing to give this a passing slay grade just because no one else did a marionette. The concept is at least unique and interesting, and it doesn't look terrible. So
no, I think okay. I think like I'm being really harsh, but also we do have to remember like this is in the first couple of episodes. I think a lot of the contestants saved their best shit for last, like because you got to look around the room, right? And it's like somebody like Yuri, who we know is very talented and has a lot of. I'm sure has brought a lot of really incredible costumes with her. I'm assuming. She probably is looking around the room and thinking like, I don't really have to try this hard because like, look at what Scylla's wearing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a competition at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like she's going to make it to next week, even if she comes out in like a less than perfect.
I heard some of them are playing games.
But it's like, you know what I mean? Like for me personally, I feel like if I was going to be on TV, I would try to put my best foot forward every episode. But at the same time, sometimes there's just financial constrictions.
Sometimes
or maybe
you just have a couple booger
time.
looks. I know I do.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not the end of the world. I think I have a high expectation for Yuri because I've heard so much about her and everybody's talked her up so much. And I'm just kind of like, it's okay. They're fine. They're fine looks. They're not groundbreaking.
Yeah. They're good TV.
The thing is, I said this earlier when we were talking about this. The problem that I'm having with Yuri is that her first look was so strong that she hasn't matched that yet. So that's why I'm kind of like a little disappointed with the last two looks is that her entrance look was incredible. So I was kind of
it's
hoping
like, we know
she
you got it in you,
bar.
girl. We know you got it.
But otherwise, I mean, it's still slay. It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's a
slay.
very safe
It's definitely
look.
a safe slay. Safe slay.
Yeah.
Coming up next is
yeah, okay.
Okay, coming up next is Desiree Dick. I don't know what's going on here.
I wish I could see into her mind and just try to understand what the fuck is she doing. Like, I felt the same way last week when she said she was doing 5 Nights at Freddy's and she gave that weird like I don't know, like biomech monster thing. And now it's like, what? This is a doll? Like, what's happening?
It's like there's some polyfill.
It looks like she took a comforter, like an old comforter from like a thrift store, and she cut some holes in it. And she was like, well, dolls have polyfill in it, so I'm going to display that in my skirt, which doesn't make any sense because that would be like, if this is a doll in a skirt, like the skirt isn't stuffed usually. It's usually got some legs or something under it. Like everything about this is confusing.
Yeah.
And then she has this like oversized yarn for hair, which I understand
she did say that she's referencing a certain type of cultural doll, but it doesn't look good.
I mean, yeah, who knows? Like, that's the thing. I'm a doll collector specifically I like fashion dolls. I like horror dolls. So it's like, I expected, fashion and horror, Boule Brothers doll category. It's going to be the type of dolls that I'm used to.
I was expecting a bunch of cunty Monster High bitches to walk the runway tonight.
Or even like Living Dead dolls or something, like a reference to like a famous horror doll, Bleeding Edge goth dolls. Like these are dolls references that the Boule Brothers would get. So this is what I'm thinking people are going to go to. Like, let me play to the judges because they're going to want to see these types of dolls. And I don't know what the fuck this is. Like a potato sack doll. Like, it's fine. Like, if this is some sort of doll that I've just never seen before. But to me, it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, logically.
Good. Whatever it is,
if we're talking aesthetics, I mean,
crap. Do these dolls wear face keenies?
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Like a burlap face keenie?
Like, what is she holding? What is going on here?
No clue.
Anyway, this is a hard nay. I'm so confused every time I see Desiree Dix. It's like, I just wish she would take some time to explain what is she trying to achieve, and then maybe I could understand.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, maybe she did explain it and I just missed it, but, like, it's just confusing to me. Anyway.
It's just an A. I don't know what else to say about it.
No, it's also, like, when I think dolls, I think, like, colorful, playful, and, like, so many people went, like, dingy, dirty, old. Like, I don't know. It's like, I just don't... I'm really, as a doll collector, very disappointed in the direction these looks went.
My confusion continues with the next one. I just want to preface this by saying, Asia, I love you. Asia, I love you, okay? We're Twitter mutuals, and I love you, and I don't want you to take this harshly, but I don't know what this is.
I also didn't, I mean, I think it's supposed to be like confused. A corn husk doll.
But why is there a trident? Why did she steal Scylla's trident from the premiere? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I was also confused. I found this to be one of the more perplexing looks as well. Now I will say, I don't know, like, once again, if this is some sort of like cultural doll that I'm just not familiar with, then sure. I don't remember
Asia like explaining it in the episode either, like what she's doing.
Yeah, I don't remember them really talking about it. I'm assuming like corn husk doll, right?
That's what I was assuming.
What else could it be? Unless there's some sort of doll I don't know about.
I don't know.
Like, which, like, don't get me wrong, like, dolls are one of the oldest, like, forms of the human figure that we have, that they date back, like, thousands of years, but it's just, like, I don't remember this one. Like, and I feel like I know quite a bit about dolls,
but scary. Like, this is a frightening look.
It's cool.
It's cool. But it's like, I don't want to downplay the fact that it looks interesting and, like, there is, like, craftsmanship involved in this look, and the hair is like straw that's like molded back into like a fucking like bump it, like it's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know what this is.
It's literally like, it's giving like when you're playing Dress to Impress and like the category is like farmer and everybody goes, that's not fun, let's do dolls. But then it's like, that's just that one person who didn't hear that and they're still doing farmer. Like that's literally what this is giving. I don't get it.
I feel bad giving this like a nay because I think it's cool and I think it's scary and I think it's interesting, but I don't know about for a doll look.
I am going to give it a slay because I do like the way it looks. And also, I'm afraid this is some sort of cultural doll I don't understand. And
I'm going to give a slay just because I like Asia. I'm biased.
Yeah, I mean, I also do like Asia a lot as well. I don't think she follows me on Twitter, but I do follow her.
Yeah. I'm confused. I'm just confused. I want an explanation. I would love one. Because I believe in you. I believe that this is the best doll look. Because Asia presented it to me, and I trust Asia.
Yeah.
Anyways, up next is Auntie Heroine coming out as a Jack in the Box, which I guess is a sort of doll.
Okay.
It's a doll in a box.
It's something. I think at this point, because they put her last, I was so fatigued and so disoriented by seeing so many things that were not a doll that I truly didn't give a fuck anymore. Yeah. Because I remember when we were watching it, I liked this point, a lot.
I'm here for anything that's at least interesting.
Literally. It's like, oh, you look good tonight? Great. Since everybody just decided we're not doing dolls today, I guess this is fine. It's a Jack in the Box. It's kind of like a doll.
It's another clown, but it's a clown in a box on a spring.
Now, I will say, because now I'm looking at a still photo of this, I liked this a lot when I watched the show.
In motion, it's fantastic because Auntie Heroine does a great job at
They really sold the movement of the character.
Yeah.
It really felt unsettling. Looking at a still image, this is a cheap clown costume tucked into a weird spring thing.
Yeah.
And then the real draw
box.
is like the box. Yeah, like the box is like a big prop that's kind of cool, but like literally otherwise,
the box is part of the
like,
outfit because she moves with it. It moves
Didn't
with
she,
her
wasn't
down
she,
the runway.
When they did the critiques, she didn't bring the box out, did she?
No, she was standing there without the box because it just took up too much room.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I just think as an outfit, like it's like okay, whatever. I'm gonna be honest. You could probably get a version of this at Spirit Halloween.
But like the performance was so good.
The box is cool.
The performance was really, good, really good.
Yeah. I like the makeup too. I like Anti-Heroine's makeup a lot.
Anti-Heroine's makeup is always fantastic.
They haven't been talking a ton of detail about the performer's makeup this season, but I do think we've got an interesting...
the makeup too much.
There's just such an interesting batch of like stylized makeup this season because everybody kind of does their own thing. Like nobody's really doing like traditional drag kind of makeup like at all, really. There's all kinds of weird stuff happening with people's makeup. But yeah, I like this a lot. Overall. Was she in the top?
She won.
She won?
She won.
Oh. Now see, I don't know if I agree with that.
Did she win? No, she didn't win. Oh my God. No, she didn't win.
Who won?
Gray Matter, I think.
Gray Matter. Okay, yeah, I was just saying, I feel like...
I don't remember. Did I write it down? Let me check my notes. I consult my notes.
Because I was going to say, to me, if we're looking at... I think
it was Anti-Heroine.
Well, I will say there was a lip sync. Like, that's the thing. It's hard to judge because we didn't see the lip sync. But I will say, outfit alone, I don't know how Anti-Heroine's clown beats Gray Matter's clown. I mean, obviously there's the props and the box and all that stuff, which is very cool. It was like a cool moment, but I mean, if we're looking at just like the clothing,
I'm pretty sure Anti-Heroine did win. Yes. Anti-Heroine did win. I think it was mostly for the really performance. Yeah, I think it was just the performance. They were gagged by it. They were mesmerized.
It doesn't read on TV. Like that's the difficulty with some of these challenges. Like I can't tell how well she performed because they clip through them so quickly.
Yeah.
But like I believe it.
Yeah. So the tops were
and also I do want to say it is a sleigh on Anti-Heroine.
Yeah, it's a sleigh. Yeah, sorry.
I will say like looking at the still image, I remember this being so much better in the show than it looks when I'm just looking at her costume. But I guess that's just selling a garment though.
Yeah.
Which is that's its own challenge.
And part of the challenge was literally performing. So if she did the best performing, that counts for a lot. But the tops this episode were Anti-Heroine, I think Gray Matter, and was there a third one?
Anti-Heroine, Gray Matter. Oh, it was what's her name? Jaharia.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Jaharia was considered top.
Yeah. Which clearly they're grading the performance.
Yeah. Because Jaharia did like really good, solid performance.
Which is totally fair.
Yeah. And the winner also gets a shopping spree to DAWLS kill. Oof. I know you don't know much about the controversy, but there's a lot of controversy with DAWLS kill involving they're a fast fashion brand that steals art from artists and does bad labor practices, racism, pretty much anything you can think of with a clothing brand, they do. And so it kind of sucks to see them
It's interesting. Why wouldn't I feel like the Boule Brothers would know about that, right?
Yeah. But they've also put contestants on that were shit people, so.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
We don't really know how much they care.
Well, great.
But Anti-Heroine wins.
Yeah.
And
Right, well.
the the bottoms are Desiree Dick for their burlap face bikini, and Scylla for her beauty pageant doll look.
Right.
And which
then,
I do want to I do remember when they were calling out the tops and bottoms, when they're like, you know, they're listing out for everybody and be like, y'all are the tops and bottoms of the week. Scylla was so happy because Scylla thought she slayed this challenge.
yeah.
House down boots. She thought she got this. She's like, ooh,
she really
my week, I'm going to slay it. Because she was actually in the bottom. I thought that was really funny.
You know, I've never been in a drag competition, but I've done like small scale design / sewing competitions before. Nothing crazy, but like, I feel like I can look around the room and tell like, okay, I might not win this, but I'm definitely not the worst. It's always crazy to me, those people, because there's always somebody there who is doing absolute garbage and they think they're the best for some reason. And it's like, I don't,
That's me.
I just have never understood the delusion. It's like, how
that's me in
do
this
you not
wig
have
right
the self-awareness? Yeah, I mean, you know, we gotta get James to style it for you. Get it. Why didn't you backcomb it a little bit?
I didn't spend any time.
I mean, that sounds about right. Anyway,
I'm putting headphones over it anyways.
I can't wait for people to read you for filth. They're gonna be like,
do it.
I can already feel them typing. They're like, how do you think you're qualified to judge any of these contestants when you didn't even style your wig?
Some of these contestants don't even wear wigs.
That's true. There's actually a lot of them that don't even wear wigs. I still have yet to see Pi put a wig on. like some of them truly have just been going bald. Oh, same with the Grey Matter. I don't think I've seen Grey Matter.
Fine.
Grey Matter hasn't worn a wig.
Grey Matter had like a half wig last week.
Oh, did they? I must have forgotten.
Yeah. Because he wears that
so they go
weird rib cage skull headpiece thing, but he had like a ring of wig around it that was like cascading down.
Forgot about that.
But anyways,
so
Extermination challenge.
Yeah.
They're gonna get pierced. They're gonna get penetrated. They're gonna get a metal object shoved through their skin. I don't know what else how else to say that.
Literally, yeah. I hate this. I don't like piercings. I don't really have a problem with needles. I'm not one of those people that's afraid of needles, but I think piercings, like, I have enough holes already, you know what I mean? Like, I've never really understood the appeal of them. So
I'm not scared of needles, but I am scared of Sharon needles.
Please.
So
anyway,
when they first were talking about this challenge, I thought they were going to be using like hypodermic needles, like syringe needles, like little needles, and they were going to take a lot of them and like shove them through your skin in a bunch of places. And I was like, that's not that bad.
No.
You know, that doesn't really draw a lot of blood. It's just kind of scary to do that. No, they're using a big gauge piercing, hollow point piercing. Like you're gonna like,
yeah,
it's like you want to get like gauges done right out the gate. Like they're big. They take out big, fleshy, fatty chunks of your skin
watching
tissue.
the chunks of meat come out of their bodies is really. I was like,
underneath their skin.
Nauseating. Like I don't want to think about like your chunks of like skin being removed. Because like, what does that even look like when it heals? Like, do you just have like a scar there, or does it like close up, or like what happens?
You probably have a scar at least.
Because one of them they got pierced on the kneecap, insane. Yeah. And they got pierced. One of them got pierced on the neck. One did the shoulder. I think they did like arms and elbows and stuff. Ugh, I hated it. Awful, disgusting.
Like one of my nipple piercings is no longer with us. And it did heal back. It's not like I just have like a tunnel running through my nipple anymore. But so I imagine it's similar to that. like that was a thinner needle than what they were using. It was like a pencil they were shoving through their skin.
I guess like, I don't know. I guess people like piercing, so maybe this isn't that big of a deal to some people, but I'm not a piercing person. I would much rather, if I was going to do an extermination, and I would take the tattoo challenge where the other person picks your shitty tattoo. I would take that over this any day. Because I don't mind getting a tattoo. Like, I only have one tattoo, but like, there's nothing weird about getting a tattoo to me at all. This is like freaky to me. I don't know why. Like the circus performer piercing thing.
Like having to like be maimed for an extermination challenge is pretty extreme.
Especially I would have taken the swimming with the sharks over this.
The differences in severity to exterminations is kind of crazy sometimes, because one week they'll be like, you have to have these giant needles shoved through you repeatedly over and over and over again. Another week they're like, you gotta do a photo shoot on the beach at night. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah, literally.
What?
And then it's like the next week they're like, Cynthia Doll, transport 1,000 maggots in your mouth from one side of the room to the next. It's like they range from being like
and then that's
horrifyingly
like, you
disgusting.
get covered in cockroaches.
Yeah.
It's like one of these things is like you're getting maimed and you're injured and you're gonna have to heal from this.
Yeah, the one where they were like covered in rats I thought was actually kind of fun. I guess that's the thing is though, it's like you never know. Like every person has their own like very specific fears. So it's like,
well, I'm just saying some of these things are a little more psychological and only affect you if you're scared of that specific thing. I have no fear of needles, but I don't want to have like 10 giant gauge needles shoved through my skin where like fat is getting stuck out of me because like it's huge chunks.
You're going to be scarred for life after that.
You're going to be hurting for the next couple episodes trying to perform with giant chunks of your skin missing.
Yeah, I guess that's also true. I didn't even
what if you get an infection while you're on set? What happens then, Boulets?
Yeah. I can't even imagine what the waiver is like that they sign before they go on the show. It has to be insane. Like, there's so many things they do that they could easily be sued for on this show.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't seen any lawsuits crop up yet. Have there been any?
I mean, most of the contestants don't have the money to sue them.
Let's
be real. This is Dragula.
But like a lot of these things, I mean, a lot of these things that are hazardous to their health, they could potentially be a lawsuit for sure.
Regardless of if you sign a waiver, that doesn't mean you sign away your rights completely.
Yeah, there's
still an expectation that you're not going to be like permanently maimed or something.
Literally, like they're not going to fucking kill you. Meanwhile, they're like, let's go bungee jumping in the middle of the night. Like
bungee jumping.
Bungee jumping.
Is that where you bungee jump and take a shit?
No, it's when you take a shit on the bungee cord and you just throw it and you let it bounce back.
Okay.
The shit goes bungee jumping. Bungee dumping.
Great.
I guess you could do it either way. Imagine the extreme force of the shit leaving your asshole as you hit the bottom of the bungee cord. That's how you clean out. Who needs an enema when you just do that? Anyway, so who gets? Scylla gets exterminated.
Scylla gets exterminated, and listen, if I got exterminated like Scylla, I would be suing because Severity Stone gets this whole sequence of getting chased through like the back lot and hiding in the trailer, and then these special effects of the Boule ghost like slamming her into the mirror until she dies, and she gets prosthetics and everything. What happens to Scylla? Scylla sits in a confessional chair, like she's doing a fake confessional moment, talking head moment. And then a Boule walks up behind her and just goes, slits her
it's
throat.
not even like a good blood effect either. It's just kind of like a little like
that's little it. Drip. She doesn't even get to like crawl or scream or it's just like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
she didn't want to film for very long that day, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. It just, to me, I feel like Scylla got a lot of screen time and they built up a lot of like plots around her. So the fact that she went home so early in such an unremarkable way is kind of shocking to me. Yeah. And also I was kind of like,
I'm kind of,
okay.
Listen, she annoys me, but I also like that about her in a way. It's a complicated relationship because I mean, she annoys me, but that makes for good TV. And so when we have one less annoying person on the TV, that means it's going to be slightly less entertaining next week.
Right, unfortunately. But I mean,
still got Desiree though.
Yeah, we still got Desiree to annoy us for now. Who do you? So we're 2 episodes in. Do you have any front runners? Anyone you're really rooting for that you think could win, or anyone surprising you?
So my tops are still Asia Consent. I'm on that train. I love Asia so much. Just because I think she's just so fun in general, and the looks that I've seen have all been cool.
Agreed.
So I love Asia. Gray Matter. Very cool, very interesting looks, very interesting makeup and performance. And I don't know, who'd be my third as of right now, considering these first 2 episodes. I don't know, probably I can see Auntie Heroine going really far too.
Yeah.
Those are my favorites. Those are my tops. Yeah.
I agree with those. I'm still holding out for Yuri to,
yeah,
really
I still want Yuri to really
me.
just like, it's like just judging on these 2 episodes, the 2 looks have not been like amazing, but I'm still holding out hope that Yuri's really gonna gag us.
We need to, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I know our friend Lady Lay is going to hate that we're putting Auntie Heroine in the top. We have to get Lady Lay on the podcast. Maybe we'll see if she'll do an episode with us soon.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Because she said she would. She said, I need to come and correct all of your wrong opinions. At least she said that to me.
Yeah, to you specifically.
I would love to see what she has to say. So maybe we'll see if we can get her like, in a week or 2 or so.
We'd love to have a guest.
But, yeah, comment below if you want us to have a guest.
Comment below if you don't want us to have a guest.
Yeah, let us know if you don't want us to have a guest.
Suggest a guest.
We have a couple. Suggest a guest and then give us their contact information.
Yeah. Or go ahead and be the first point of contact and then get back to us about it.
We have a couple guests in mind that will probably do it.
Yeah, you could probably sucker some idiots into this.
Yeah. Let's see if James Mansfield will do it. James Mansfield, whether she remembers or not, she agreed to come on our podcast. There is a video recording of this, I'm sure.
It happened live.
In one of our streams. Yeah, she did it live on stream too. So we're gonna get James. I'll have to text James and be like, hey, come make fun of these whores with us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, that's kind of it. I agree with your tops and your bottoms.
Thank you.
Make sure, if you're liking our content, please subscribe, like, comment below. Tell us who your favorites are. Tell us who you fucking hate. Who do you absolutely
Who was your favorite?
despise?
Who was your least favorite? Who do you want to fuck the most? Let us know.
If it's not Israel, I'll be confused.
Also, we do live watch parties for all these programs on our Patreon. So go over there and give us some money.
And you can watch it live with us as well.
Yeah, we do live watch parties. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I guess that's all. And you'll see us next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, uglies.
Not uglies, please.